What is up, and welcome to the Elite Athlete Project podcast. I'm your host, Nick Leiden.
And I'm Albert Squires.
And today, we're talking about what is the Elite Athlete Project, what we do, why we're doing it, and who this is actually for. And we're going to get right into it.
So one thing, just a little background about Nick Leiden and I. We grew up together. We were childhood best friends. We played sports together. We initially met playing Middle League, Babe Ruth, baseball. We were on the same team. I threw a ball and hit him in the face one time. I mean, we got really close in there, you know? And then we went to high school together, and it's all been from there. We played football together, played some baseball. He got soft and went and did some track, you know, that stuff, the non-contact sports, whatever. Just kidding, though.
What about those speeders we hopped in that one time? Swim team, 4x100, see me, fourth place.
Yep, third place twice, actually. The 4x100 and 4x50. But, childhood best friends, but we loved sports. I ended up playing a little bit of collegiate baseball. Nick went on to play some D1 football. We just were those friends that competed, and we always had a desire and hunger to be better.
Yeah, exactly. We were never the most gifted, but nobody would work harder than us. That was one thing we prided ourselves on. We were going to be in the best shape. We were going to lift the most. We were going to do everything that we needed to do to be the best athletes we could, and we were going to let other people outwork us, essentially.
No. And if you were on our team, you were working with us. We were pushing everybody. We were motivated. We got there, you know? We got after it.
No softies.
No softies at all. But the one thing, the issue is that there was no question into our work ethic. And that's the thing with a lot of high school athletes is they're hungry. They're willing to do whatever it takes. The issue is that that a lot of athletes have nowadays is they're not surrounded by people that have done it. They're not surrounded by people that know how to properly do it. When it comes to improving your speed, when it comes to improving your strength, when it comes to moving correctly in space and managing how you cut and how you go into those movements, there was nobody around us. My dad didn't play. My parents didn't play any collegiate sports. Did yours?
No. I was the first of my kind.
Yeah, exactly. So and this is the true story for most households, for most youth athletes. And right now we're mainly talking to football players, but again, if you're a skill position in your sport
or a multi-sport
athlete, you're going to benefit from this program.
Yeah, and let's not just sum us up to Albert's kind of. He's got a little bit more under the hood. He owned a gym. He's got his certifications in the strength and nutrition. He's got a lot of things going for him that he didn't necessarily mention. So we're not just athletes who come in here with no educational background and saying, hey, you need to do this because I saw someone on Instagram do it. No, we have the training, the resources, the education behind us with all of this. And thankfully, while at college, I've always loved performance and how I can make myself better, which is why I went into the field of kinesiology. I got my bachelor's or master's in there. And then I moved on to get my certification in the strength and conditioning world so that I actually could teach Olympic and collegiate level athletes, and taking that while being in the sport. And now what we're here really to do is to bring that information, education, all the resources that was not normally available to, kids, especially at the high school level. And we want to make it readily available to them.
Yes.
Something that every parent, every kid could afford, that we're not hiding anything from them. We're laying it all on the table for you guys.
And as a parent, or even as an athlete, we understand that in order for most people to get the type of things that we're providing through this program, you would have to pay thousands of dollars for a coach.
Yes.
For a trainer. And that would only be working with one athlete. And that was one of the big things that me and Nick, because we came from that small town. We didn't come from a big town. We didn't come from families with money.
No, our first sled was a ripped up backpack with a rope tied around a tire we would drag.
I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we didn't come from anything special whatsoever. So that was one of the big things. Not only did we want to provide a program that was going to change the athlete's life when it comes to improving their speed, when it comes to improving their strength, the way they move in space, but also something they can afford.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest things, and that was one of the things. That's why we created this membership, is so that we can create something that we can get to every kid possible that wants it.
Yeah, because from our own life. Like, we were those athletes that would, go out whenever we needed to, do a double day if we needed to, go to the gym. I mean, I remember plenty of times, my pops and your pops switching off, driving us to the gym at like 11:30 at night because that's when my brother worked there and we could sneak in and nobody would know because
we didn't have memberships
because we couldn't get a membership, right? Like that, we did not have the resources available to us to be able to pay a speed coach or to have a personal trainer, take us. It was all, nickel and diming and doing what we could, and that's what we want to do. We want to be able to provide this type of service and this type of information to those athletes at an affordable price that normally would have costed us, like you said, hundreds of dollars, a session,
right?
Essentially.
And don't let us downplay the Elite Athlete Project. This is high level training. Every phase this is a 4-phase program that's going to take you from off season, so directly out of season, prep you to get into off season, to then get into preseason to get ready for season. Every phase is going to adapt that athlete at different points, whether it's improving their work capacity, improving their overall strength, improving their power, now putting it all together and how they're applying that force into the ground so that they can move faster and better than ever before. This project's going to do everything for you.
Yeah, so the goal of this project is to take, whether you're not on the field yet, you're a bench player, whatever it is, but you're someone who's ready to work, ready to get after it, or someone who's even, getting looked at, right? Everything that we're doing is going to take either of those athletes to the next level.
Right.
Like Albert was saying, strength, speed, agility. We're not just doing workouts, right? We're teaching cutting mechanics, we're teaching head position, we're teaching running mechanics, we're teaching all these things so that you are able to then take all that newfound strength, power, speed, explosiveness, all that stuff, and apply it in the game to get you to go where you want to go.
Right.
To get those recruits looking at you, to get that scholarship.
Right.
That's what this is about. To give every athlete the opportunity to be the greatest athlete that they can at a price that's going to help, that everyone can afford. Like literally less than $1 a day.
Less than $1. And you have it in the palm of your hands. You'll have it on our app. So you have video descriptions of everything that we teach on there. We're also providing community outside of the app. This will also be outside.
This isn't just a workout program.
No, this is not. This is a complete. You're getting support. You're getting your workouts. That's in the gym. And that's on the field too. So we're not only going to teach you how to get stronger, but we're going to teach you how to apply those forces into the field. So getting you faster. He talked about agility, so you're cutting and your multi-directional mechanics.
Acceleration, deceleration.
All these things, all these components to making you the best athlete possible.
Yeah, and see, the thing with these other programs that are out there now is that they just have these workouts that the owner or whoever runs them just creates these workouts for in their gym, right? So these coaches that are training these elite level, professional level athletes will create these programs for those athletes and then give them to the high school players. But not every athlete has, a full track inside of their gym, has all these different pieces of equipment, which is where a lot of these things fail because they're not catered and tailored towards the high school level football player, high school level multi-sport athlete.
Right.
And they lack that component of guidance and actually getting their questions answered. You have so many times, athletes will come, they have questions, and they don't get answered. Athletes will come, and then they don't get answered. But that's where we're coming in. We're coming in here to give that community in our private app that's outside of social media so we can keep them focused and get their questions answered. And live coaching in there. Because this is more than just a program for this. This is our life. We truly want to dedicate our lives to making your athletes, or you, if you are the athlete, everything that you absolutely need. Because I know when I was going for it and I was going for my dreams of being in the NFL, I would have done anything for this.
Hence why we call this the Elite Athlete Project. Because like you as an athlete, like us as the program runners and everything, we are constantly working to improve our craft. Whether it's leading you or whether making you a better athlete, we're working to find those answers so that we can provide it to you so that you can step up and be that next level athlete that you've been dreaming about being. Now, the one thing too with the Elite Athlete Project, which I seem to love too, is accessibility. Honestly, too, we have our own private app that you're able to use again, so there's no distractions. That's one of the biggest things with athletes now. There's so many things in front of them. Mm-hmm. Well, for us, there was no social media. MySpace was barely coming out when we were finishing up high school. Now you have so many things that are pulling your kids in these random directions, distracting them from what's really important when we're just giving them the nitty gritty.
Yeah, we're there to be that bumper lane to get them back on course, get them back on track with what truly matters to them.
Because you have a limited time as an athlete. There's only so long you can play football.
Exactly, and you have to take advantage of that time. And if you have a athlete who's playing football, trying to get better, now is such a critical time for them, especially if they're in 7th, 8th grade getting ready to go into it. You need to be thinking about these things now, training, getting the proper advice and things like that. So, that's what we do. We take athletes, whether they're, good, bad, or ugly, and we make them great.
Make them amazing.
It's essentially what we do every single day, and that's through our training, it's through our coaching, it's through the questions and answering that we do, it's through the nutritional advice. It's everything that they're absolutely going to need to be able to take that game to the next level.
So what metrics will we be improving so that they know specifically, okay, if my kid takes this program, where should I see improvements in my athletes?
We're going to shave time off of their 40.
Okay.
Roughly anywhere from 2 to 0.5 in given, a 6-month period, dependent upon each individual athlete. I'm not going to be here and say we're going to 10x your speed in the next 17 days. Like, we're not
join our 10x GrowthCon.
We're not going to sell you a bunch of bullshit. We're athletes. We know what's actually available and attainable, and any good coach would do that. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to improve their broad jump. We're going to improve their L cone drill. So
power production, how they move in space, how they transition out of cuts.
Their strength endurance for when you're doing those combine trains or the bench press or anything like that. That vert jump. We have exercises, whether it be for mobility or strength-based or power-based, that are going to help you improve all of these separate metrics that are going to take that game to the next level.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're going to learn the different techniques and cutting and stuff to make you better on the field. I mean, the last phase of our program is called Game Time Ready, because it doesn't matter how good you are on paper, you see it all everywhere. Just a guy blazing down the field. All these different things.
5-tool athlete.
Yeah. 5-tool athlete.
Oh, it's a baseball term.
Sorry. Oh, okay. I was like,
sorry.
Oh, no, I'm
that's baseball.
Football
sorry.
over here. I was like, 5-star. No, but you see these athletes that look great on the field, but then they're just they just don't get any playing time on the field. That's not what we're about. Everything that we're doing here isn't to just make you look good on paper, it's to actually make you good in the game.
Yeah. 100%.
So if you want to follow us and follow this journey along, and we invite you to come join the Elite Athlete Project. We'll put the link below. You can join it, read more about us, get to know more. Hop on with us. We'll get you right real fast.
Right. So you can find us directly through this podcast on our YouTube channel, which is Elite Athlete. It's Athlete Academy. I'm sorry. And then if you want to find us online for Instagram, we're Athlete Academy _ at the end.
Yeah, feel free to DM us, comment on any of our posts if you have any questions, and then our personal ones, which you'll see us on there. Mine is, on my Instagram, is Nick _Leiden.
Yeah, and I'm Coach _Squires.
Yeah, so we invite you to ask questions, let us know what you want to learn more about. We're excited to have you here on this ride.